In this video, I'm going to talk about option Greeks and how you can use them to analyze and manage your portfolio. Welcome back. I would like to talk about option Greeks in this tutorial. In my previous tutorial, I went through basics of options and what calls and puts are. If you don't know about them, please make sure to click on the link below and go through that before you watch this video. As usual, I would like to mention that I'm not a financial advisor and I won't be liable for your potential losses in future. And please do your own research. Let's start. What are option Greeks? Option Greeks are numbers that come with every option contracts. They would help you to analyze, manage, and adjust your individual and overall portfolio based on your directional exposure, time decay, speed of change, and other things. In next few slides, I will go through what I mean by directional exposure, time decay, and speed of change in more details. These are the most common option Greeks that you see with every option contract. I have placed them in the order of importance: delta, theta, gamma, vega, and rho. I personally don't use vega and rho at all, and I barely look at gamma, but for me delta and theta are really important. So in next slide we'll talk about what a delta is. A delta shows you how much short or how much long you are. The official definition is that it shows how much an option would change based on a dollar movement in the underlying stock or future. And the number can vary between -1 and 1. If it's -1, it's really short, and if it's 1, it is long. As an example, let's say you have a call option in XYZ which has a delta of 0.30. This number means that you're almost long 30 shares of XYZ. Note that options have dynamic delta. It means their value can change as the underlying moves. And the more out of the money you are, the number gets smaller. You can also use options to measure probability of success for a contract. Again, as an example, if you have an option with 0.30 delta, it means it has 30% chance of success, which means it reaching its strike price. I am not including the credit or debit that you pay or receive for to trade this option. Some brokers give you a number, it's called beta weighted delta with SPY or any other custom underlying that you want to use to measure how long or short you are compared to that underlying. This is really good if you want to know how long or how short you are compared to overall market, and you could use that to adjust your positions. As an example, if you are long 100 shares of Tesla and then you are short 20 shares of Google, and then you're long Bank of America, and then you have a short position in Wells Fargo, you have a combination of short and long positions here, and each of them have their own delta, but you still don't know if you're very long or you're very short. Some of these brokerages show you a beta weighted delta with SPY where you can find how long or short your position is compared to SPY. They have a sophisticated formula that finds the correlation between your underlines to SPY, and I'll give you a theoretical number which is not accurate but pretty good to manage your portfolio risk with. Next, I'll show you how to read delta in an actual software. Again, we're going with Facebook. I am picking September 18 options. Again, on the left, you see the calls, and on the right side, you can see the puts. Stocks are trading at 253.67. So as you can see, the orange line represents the at the money. And as you can see, 250 calls, they have 50% delta, and 250 puts have minus 44, minus 0.44 delta. It means Facebook has a 50% chance of staying above 255 by September 18 and 44% chance of staying under 250 by September 18. These numbers are just theoretical numbers. They may not be accurate. If you trade thousands of options, these numbers tend to be pretty true. That's why it is important to trust these numbers. They may not work in a short run, but in a long run, they are pretty good. That's why I strongly recommend to respect delta, and next I'll show you theta. If you have very strong directional feelings, you may just ignore these, but I would not recommend that. Now let's see what is a theta. Theta is a gauge for time decay. Every theta shows how much money you would make or lose if a day passes by and nothing else changes. It means if IV and price do not change for the next number of days to the expiration date, you would make $1 per day. It can be a negative or positive number. Positive, it means you would make money as time goes by and nothing changes. And if it's negative, it means you would be losing that much money if everything remains the same. When you buy an option, you have a negative theta, which means you're fighting against the time decay. And when you sell an option, normally you would have a positive theta, so time decay is in your favor. It is up to you to decide which team you want to be in. There's a whole trading strategy around theta. It's called premium selling or insurance. I will cover that in future tutorials and conversations. Let's see some example in the platform. I will change this delta to theta. As you can see, I'll give you an example. I'm actually short 2 contracts for 270 strike price in Facebook. As you can see, it has the theta is -9. It means if Facebook stays here for the next 47 days and implied volatility and price don't change, I would be making $9.76 per day per each contract. This is where you want to stay. And if you go to the other one, you can ignore the negative number because I am short 2 negative numbers, so it turns positive. If I were long these options, it would have been a negative number, so I would be losing every day until September 18. The same thing is pretty much true for on the put side. And as you can see, the more you're towards the at the money, you have higher theta numbers because there's more premium around at the money options. The farther you go away from an at the money options, like as you can see, 205 puts only have $5 theta decay, and 300 calls also have 379. If you're really into selling premium, it is recommended to sell at the money options, which could be risky too. What is gamma? I personally don't really use gamma that much. It shows the rate of delta changes based on a stock price. It can be positive or negative, and usually options that are about to expire have a really big value. A big move in an underlying may not change the delta of an option that expires in 90 days. However, it will change the delta and price of an option dramatically if it expires in a week or less. Those who are into gambling and trying to make fast money, they are using a strategy called gamma scalping. I don't recommend that for new traders. Let's show a demo. I changed the theta to gamma. Here I'm showing the gamma value for 255 for Facebook. It is 0.01 for September 18, but if you go to August 7, which is a weekly option, you will see this value is 0.04, which means options can move with the underlying like significantly faster. We also have Vega and Rho. I personally don't even look at them. They are not that important. Vega tracks the change in the price of an option based on 1% change in implied volatility, and Rho tracks the change in the price of an option based on the percentage point in interest rate. I personally don't believe these values are something that you can make a trade based on. Just as an example, we'll show them on the platform. We would change gamma to Vega. And as you can see, for 255, again for Vega it's 0.15, for August 7, and for September 18 it's 0.37, as you can see here. The reason it's higher for September 18 is because usually options that expire in a longer term, they have higher implied volatility. As mentioned here, as you can see, it is 36.6% compared to 34.6% in August 7. And I believe that should be it for today's tutorial. If you're not already following me, please subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know if you think I made a mistake, and let me know if you have a strategy around trading with Gamma and Vega and Rho, because I personally don't use them that much. In the next episodes, I will try to introduce you some of the option strategies that you can use to make money. Have a great day. Peace.